You asked for this one in the comments, so here it is. Training a fine-tune on MiniMax H3 is allowed, it works, and there is one property of this model that quietly ruins it if you follow a normal tutorial. I want to lead with that, because by the time you can see the damage, you have usually already wasted the run. This model is guidance-distilled. That is a compression step the makers applied after training, and it is the thing that makes it fast. Train on top of it the way you would train any other video model, and you start pulling that compression apart. The toolkit that supports this says it plainly in its own interface. Training on it directly will make the guidance distillation break down. And it shows up fast. On image training, one tracker reports the damage appearing within about 50 steps, as wobbly lines and proportions that drift. So the fix is not a secret setting. It is two changes that most walkthroughs skip entirely. First, validate at a guidance of 1, not the 3 to 7 you would normally use, because the checkpoint is already distilled. Second, the approach people are actually having success with is a de-distillation adapter, rank 16, alpha 16, attention layers only. Right. Now, the part that genuinely surprised me, because it is the opposite of how every other model I have trained behaves. Your memory ceiling is set before a single training step runs, which means the resolution and the clip length do not change it. A 4.5-second clip carries 8,000 rows of data against a still image's 293. Both peak at roughly the same place. Reported peaks are about 20.5 gigabytes on a 24 gig card and about 12.5 on a 16. Notice those track the card, not the job, which has a practical consequence almost nobody acts on. If it fits at all, going to longer clips or higher resolution is free. Most people train on stills to save memory they were never going to spend. So choose stills or clips by what you want it to learn. Stills teach appearance, the look, and the lighting. Clips also teach motion, because the model sees frames over time. 2 rules about the data itself will save you a rebuild. Every clip has to sit on the same frame grid the model generates on, at 24 frames a second. There is an auto frame count setting, use it. And decide whether this thing should learn synchronized audio before you build the dataset, because that changes what you collect and you cannot add it later. Okay, the actual settings. I am going to give you the ones from a guide that ran this on a 12 gigabyte card, because that is the hardest case. Rank 16, Alpha 16. Flow match scheduler with shifted time steps. Atom W 8-bit. Learning rate 1 × 10 to the -4. Batch size 1. Gradient checkpointing on. Train the transformer, leave the text encoder alone, and use the packaged quantization rather than full precision weights. Then the dataset, and here the published numbers are more useful than any rule of thumb. The guidance is 10 to 200 short clips at exactly 24 frames a second, with captions, starting at rank 16 and scaling your steps with the dataset size. For a reference point, the best published realism adapter used 176 hand-picked clips, rank 32, 1500 steps. And if you have no GPU for this at all, the hosted route has one detail worth knowing before you pick a trainer. There are 4 separate trainers and they are not priced the same. Text to video is half a cent a step. Reference to video is 3 times that. So the same 1500 step run is about $7.50 on one and about $22 on another. Pick deliberately. One tooling note before the catch, because this part moves week to week. Training support landed almost immediately, and the results load natively in Comfy. But the other big trainer people expect still did not support it at my last check, and a few issues are open. So verify before you commit a weekend. And the catch, same as the license video, training a fine-tune is explicitly allowed. Sharing it is what bites, because distribution is limited to the applicable territory, and that still excludes the EU, the UK, Korea, and the United States. Make it, use it, be careful where you upload it. Tell me what you want measured next.